This test method covers the determination of the average density of a quantity of coarse aggregate particles, the relative density or the specific gravity, and the absorption of the coarse and fine aggregates. Apparatus needed for fine aggregates: a weigh balance, a pycnometer or a Le Chatelier flask, a mold and tamper for the surface moisture test, and an oven for drying. For fine aggregates, first fill the pycnometer with water at room temperature up to the calibration mark. The lower meniscus should be exactly at the mark. Weigh the pycnometer and water and record this as W1. Remove about half of the water and set it aside. Perform cone test to verify for moisture condition of the aggregate. First, fill the cone until overflowing and then tamp and level the sample. Lift the cone straight up, and if the sample will retain its shape, sundry, or oven, dry the sample before proceeding. At SSD condition, the material should retain its shape slightly. Going back, add 500 grams of the sample fine aggregates into the half-filled pycnometer. Roll and agitate to eliminate air bubbles in the pycnometer and add water up to the calibration mark and leave it for a few minutes. Record the weight of the Pi-C plus Water Plus sample as W2. Results and calculations. Since the calculated water absorption of the fine aggregate sample from Tubod River falls within the standard range, it can be concluded that the fine aggregates from Tubod River is durable and is of good quality. It can ensure the desired performance of the concrete. Apparatus needed for coarse aggregates: a weigh balance, a sample container, a water tank, number 4 sieve, and an oven. Sieve coarse aggregate sample through a number 4 sieve and discard the ones that passes through. Measure 200 kilograms of dried and cooled to room temperature sample before washing it to remove dust and particles. Submerge the sample in water for 24 hours. After 24 hours, remove it from the water and wipe any excess water. Record the weight for SSD condition. Place the SSD sample in the wire basket and submerge it in water. Record the weight of the aggregate after submersion in water. Results and calculations. Since the water absorption of the sample coarse aggregates from Mandalog River passed the standard range for water absorption, which is 1.88%, it can be concluded that the sample is of good quality.